When you cannot be present, you cannot teach effectively. What's good for our students is good for us, too. These two deceptively pithy sentences form the core arguments of this book. Put another way, our presence is necessary for truly transformative teaching and learning. Our working conditions and cultures are also our students' learning conditions and cultures. While no individual can change the cultures and conditions of higher education writ large, each of us exercises influence and agency within our teaching spaces. This book centers on the opportunity each instructor has to approach their students with a grounded, authentic, and truly present version of self. Drawing from an unusually diverse body of research, this book will equip you, the listener, with a compelling case for engaging in some inner exploration in service of your craft of teaching. Along the way, you'll learn about the experiences of other instructors and be invited to reflect on your own teaching past. To do so is to recognize that learning and teaching are inherently human and inherently social enterprises. As such, this book will engage you in exploration of your own thoughts, emotions, experiences, and values. We'll start with a well-timed aha moment of my own. Emotional co-regulation. Fortuitously, as I was finishing this manuscript, Mass Bay Community College hosted a virtual conference from the Institute for Trauma, Adversity, and Resilience in Higher Education. The opening keynote address was given by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of the runaway New York Times bestselling book, The Body Keeps the Score. In his 45-minute talk, van der Kolk synthesized the themes of his book in urgent terms, rooted in our biology, centered on humanizing education, and in service of learning. As in his book, van der Kolk touched on the ways our body unconsciously reacts to stress. We often think of this as the fight or flight response, though there's ample research to suggest there are two other F's to consider: freeze or fawn. The flood of cortisol and adrenaline that comes when we perceive stress is automatic and unavoidable. You cannot white-knuckle your way out of how these hormones impact your body. Decades of research have revealed that a brain flooded with these hormones becomes less focused, poorer at recall, and significantly worse at learning new things. Research on the long shadow of trauma in the body has always fascinated me, but until I listened to van der Kolk's keynote, I hadn't quite put together how that research aligns with the purpose of this book. It all snapped into focus when he said, "We, as teachers, need to be living examples of people who it is worthwhile to become like. It is very important when you work with troubled students that you are a living example of someone who actually has their stuff together." That, of course, puts a big burden on teachers to actually do their own work and to take care of their own issues.